Okay, good morning to all. Today's lesson is confusing words 1. These confusing words are also called homophones. So let us see the objectives of this lesson. Learning homophones to improve vocabulary. The first objective of this lesson is learning homophones or confusing words to improve vocabulary. There are many strategies to improve vocabulary. In the previous classes, we have learned uh, learning synonyms, learning antonyms, learning one-word substitutes. These are all different methods, strategies of improving vocabulary. This homophones or confusing words is also one of the strategies of improving vocabulary. And this is a somewhat tricky one. That's why it is called confusing. Learning the confusing words to know the subtle differences. So, confusing words, are they have subtle differences in terms of spelling. The pronunciation is same, but the spelling is different and the meaning is different. That's why there is a subtle difference among these homophones. Learning to use the homophones in own sentences. The third objective of this lesson is how to use these confusing words or homophones in own language, own sentences, in one's own sentences. The first thing is the students have to learn the meanings of these homophones. In the second place, they have to use these homophones in one's own sentences. Expanding vocabulary by learning homophones. Expanding the base of students' vocabulary by learning these homophones. These are the objectives of the lesson. Confusing words. Let us see the introduction. Homophone is a word pronounced like another word, but with a different meaning or spelling. Homophones are confusing words. They have the same pronunciation, but different meaning and spelling. Example words are given: some, new, new. There is no difference in pronunciation, but difference in spelling and meaning. In a simple way, we may call them confused words because very often carried away by the similarity of the spelling. Pronunciation between these words, the writer or the speaker uses one word instead of the other. These words are called confused words or confusing words because the similarity, striking similarity in pronunciation to some extent in spelling. So the speaker or the writer tend to use one word instead of another word because of this striking similarity among these words. This creates a lot of confusion, sometimes embarrassment. In the area of vocabulary, next to synonyms and antonyms, the important and interesting item is homophone. The Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary defines homophones as a word pronounced like another word, but with a different meaning or spelling. This I explain. The dictionary gives the example some. S-O-M-E, some, S-U-M, some. New, K-N-E-W, new. N-E-W, new. In a simple way, we may call them confused words because very often carried away by the similarity of the spellings or pronunciation between these words. The writer or the speaker uses one word instead of the other because of the similarity. We tend to use these words wrongly. Then the wrong use of such words can lead to ridiculous situations or misunderstanding. If we use one word in place of another word, it creates a ridiculous situation and a great deal of misunderstanding. Once a phone message was sent asking the authorities to send two pensioners. Once a message was sent to authorities to send two pensioners. The man at the other end misunderstood the word as prisoners and conveyed the message to the authorities concerned. The man at the other end misunderstood the word as prisoners and conveyed the same message to the higher authorities. You can imagine the confusion that would have resulted from this misunderstanding. So you could imagine the disaster, the misunderstanding caused by uh, homophone, what would have happened and conveyed that. You can imagine, though this may be an extreme example of the confusion arising out of the wrong use of words or the use of wrong words instead of the right ones, there are several instances where such confusion may arise. For example, instead of saying he is industrious, he is industrious means he is hardworking. Uh, he is a he is an industrious boy. So he is a hardworking boy. That is the meaning of this word. If we say he is an industrial boy, he is an industrial boy. What does this mean? He is an industrial boy. He is a boy connected with industries. So a lot of difference between industrious and industrial. The sentence has no meaning at all. Similarly, if one writes, rice is not available in the market, rice, R-I-S-E, R-I-S-E. If we use this word, rice is not available in the market, the sentence makes no sense because it should be rice is not available in the market. Here the word should be R-I-C-E, not R-I-S-E. Rice is not available in the market. In English, there are a good number of such pairs or groups of words which are confused with one another. In English language, there are a number of such words, confusing words that students have to learn meticulously to know the meaning and the usage of these words to avoid embarrassing situations. A few of such confused pairs or groups of words are given in this lecture, and the meanings of those words, illustrations of their correct usage. So the meanings of those words are given, and the illustrations are examples are given. We used those words in own sentences to bring out the meaning of uh, the sentences. So this is the introduction of this lesson. Now let us see the homophones, the list of homophones, their meanings and usage. So see the first one, accept. Accept means agree, receive with approval. So in one sentence, we accepted their suggestion. So chief guest accepted the gift, received, received with approval. Next sentence is accept. Spelling is EXCEPT, accept. Accept means omitting, excluding, excluding. The shop is open on all days except Mondays. So, except means excluding that day, barring that day is the meaning of except. So, there is a lot of similarity between these two words, accept and accept. The students have to know the spelling of these two words, the meanings of these two words, and the usage of these two words. Activity 2, amiable. Amiable means lovable, pleasant, adorable, you can say. So, amiable. He is a very amiable man. Amiable means very cordial man, friendly man, lovable man, pleasant man. That is the meaning of amiable. Next word is amicable. Amicable means without hostility, without that unfriendliness. An amiable settlement to this problem seems impossible. Amiable means a friendly settlement, a cordial settlement to this problem seems impossible. Amicable means without hostility, without that ill will, without that confrontation. Next, we come to the slide 3. The first one is noun, the word deer, noun, a wild animal. It is a wild animal. Bears can be trained to do some domestic work. So these are wild animals. They can be trained to some extent to do domestic work. They can be tamed to some extent. It is a wild animal, but it can be tamed for some extent. Deer. Next same spelling, but it is a verb. Bear means to carry. He has to bear the entire responsibility for the failure. He has to carry the entire responsibility for the failure. Taking the responsibility is called to bear. This is verb. Bear, bore, born. Next, bear. B-A-R-E. Here the spelling is different. Bare means naked, uncovered. Even today, thousands of people walk barefooted in our country. So even today, barefooted means without footwear. Footwear. Thousands of people walk barefooted in our country. Means uncovered with footwear. You can say that is. So these three words. One is bear, noun. The second is bear, verb. Third is bare, means naked, uncovered. Come to activity 4. The first set of homophone, homophones, break, B-R-A-K-E, break. This is noun. Brake is a device for reducing the speed or stopping a vehicle. It is a device for reducing the speed of or stopping speed of a vehicle or stopping a vehicle. Brake. The brake of the car failed, leading to the accident. The brake of the car failed, leading to the accident. So, brake is a device that is used to control speed to stop the vehicle. The second one is verb, different spelling, B-R-E-A-K, brake. You remember that verb can be used in past tense and past participle. The verb will have three forms: V1, V2, V3. So break, broke, broken. So break means shattered to pieces. Shattered to pieces. The child broke the mirror. Child broke the mirror. These are the two words. Different spelling, same pronunciation. Next, birth. Birth is a sleeping place. I have reserved a berth in the Charminar Express. I have reserved a berth in the Charminar Express. Yes, it is a safe sleeping place. It is a thing like bed where the passengers can sleep during night times and sit during daytimes. That is called. So I have reserved a berth in the Charminar Express. See the spelling Berth. Next word is birth, meaning being born, coming into existence. The birth of a baby is an occasion for joy in the family. The birth of a baby is an occasion for joy in the family. So these are the some of the home. Next, come to activity 5. Censor. 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 An official examiner of films, newspapers. It is also an agency that looks after the content which is not acceptable to the society. It removes the content in the film that is unacceptable to the norms of the society. The censors have affected a number of cuts in that film. So it is a board consisting of several members. They look into the content and they remove the content is vulgar or that is obscene in terms of. So the censor have affected a number of cuts in that film. That is censor. Next, you can say censor means filter, filtering. Next is censure. 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 Censure means rebuke somebody formally, uh, finding fault angrily with somebody. The speaker censured the member for his unruly behavior in the assembly. The speaker censured means criticized the member for his unruly behavior in the assembly. Finding fault with the member and criticizing the member and in a way scolding or admonishing the member for that unruly behavior. So that is the censure, rebuke somebody formally. Next word is censor, Censer, censor. Censor means container in which incense is burned. Censor, Censer, container in which incense is burned. The spark from the censer caused the fire. So it is a container in which incense is kept and burnt for good smell. And at the time of prayer in church, and it gives a pleasant ambience smell. That is called censer, a container, not incense, but incense is kept in the container. A spark from the censer caused the fire. So a spark from the censer from that container, metal container, caused the fire. Censer. Next, come to activity 6. Casual. 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 Casual means accidental, done without care or thought. Routine, you can also say routine. He made a casual remark against his manager. A routine remark. accidental remark, not intentional. It is accidental, done without forethought. He made a casual remark against his manager. The next word is casual, off or forming a call. Many people believe in the casual causal connection between one's sins and suffering. The cause and effect relation. Cause, the reason. So that causal has come from cause, C-A-U-S-E, cause, the reason. When many people believe in the causal connection between one's sins and suffering. So the reason between that output, establishing a reason between the establishing between a relation between reason and result, causal. In that sense, it is used. Many people believe in the causal connection between one's sins and sufferings. Next set of homophones, coarse. C-O-A-R-S-E, coarse means rough. The price of coarse rice has not been increased. The price of rough rice has not been increased. Coarse rice. Coarse rice. Coarse means here not polished, not uh, finished to be released to the market. It is coarse. The price of coarse rice has not been increased. Unpolished, we say unpolished. The word is course, C-O-U-R-S-E, course. During series of lessons or lectures, etc. In the course of his long life, he has different types of experiences. So you can say course during the tenure, during the period, mm, uh, during a series of lessons, lectures, etc. I am undergoing a course in French. I am undergoing a course in computers. The lessons, series of lessons and lectures. The first example, in the course of his long life, he has different types of experiences. So in the course of long life means in his long tenure of long span of life, long tenure of life, he has different experiences. Come to activity 7, check. C-H-E-C-K, check. Check means prevent, stop, control. Keep a check on your expenditure. So keep control on your expenditure. Prevent or stop your expenditure. It is check. Check also means scrutinize. Check the papers, application forms. Are the all columns filled or not? So in a way, it is a kind of scrutiny also in some contexts. The second word is check, C-H-E-Q-U-E, check, an order for payment of cash. So it is related to bank. All payments above rupees 5,000 should be made only through checks. So it is an order for the payment of cash by the account holder who has the account in the bank and the checkbook. He can order the bank to pay the sum of rupees, sum of amount to a particular person. Then the bank pays that amount. It is called check. Check, checkbook. All this come from this word. Next, conscious. C-O-N-S-C-I-O-U-S. Conscious. Conscious means be aware of. Be aware of. Be in one's own senses is also called conscious. I am conscious of your problem. Means I understand your problem. I know your problem. I am aware of your problem. Unconscious means swoon, faint, losing consciousness, not in one's own senses. The second word is conscientious. Conscientious spelling is somewhat difficult. Conscientious, Conscientious, conscientious. Conscientious means very honest, obeying one's conscience. Honest, upright person, and a person who obeys his inner voice, conscience, what his inner voice says, he obeys. Nowadays, it is very difficult to come across conscientious workers. Conscientious workers means responsible workers, honest workers, to the workers who work for wages. They who do just who do justify to the wages they receive. That is called conscientious, very honest, upright, and listening to one's inner voice or conscience is conscientious. Next, coming to activity 8. In activity 8, there are two words, dependent, dependent. The pronunciation is same, but spelling, see, the first one, D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T, all is. The second one, D-E-P-E-N-D-A-N-T, after D, there is A, dependent, dependent. Let us see the difference. Dependent, relying on another for help or support. He is dependent. She is a woman with several dependent children. So relying on other for help, not self-sufficient, but depending on others for help. That is the first one meaning. Second one who relies on others for home, food, etc. Children are dependent on their parents. So relying on others for home and food is the second word meaning. Dependent. Children are dependent on their parents. Okay, these are the two words. There is subtle difference between these two words. One is relying on another for help and support. General, it is in general. The second one is specific, who relies on others for home or food. That is the specific one. The second set of homophones, defy. Defy means challenge or oppose. He was expelled from the party as he defied the leadership. Challenging, opposing, that is defied, defiant posture. That is a challenging posture. So he was expelled from the party as he defied the leadership and high command's instructions. Don't obey the instructions of the high command in a party, you may be expelled for your defiance, challenge, belligerent posture, you can say. The second one is deify, D-E-I-F-I, deify. Consider a person as God, deify. There are thousands of temples in Telangana who deify NTR, MGR. So it is just an example. So deify means making a statue of that person and worshipping that person regularly as a god. That is called deify. To consider a person as a god, a demigod, god. There are thousands of people in Telangana who deify NTR. So they regard him as Lord Krishna or Lord Rama. Activity 9, disease. Spelling, see the, look at the spelling. SEASE, disease. Disease means illness, malady. Illness or malady. Science has conquered many diseases. Science has conquered many diseases. So, disease means illness, malady, that is called disease. Science has conquered many diseases. Conquered means overcome many diseases. Science has invented medicines, cured many diseases. In that way, the science has controlled the spread of dangerous diseases like pandemics, epidemics, endemics, etc. Next one is disease. DECEASE, disease means the death of a person. The existence of a person is no more. The person is no more in the existence. That is called disease. The disease of his partner created many problems for him in business. The disease means the death of his partner created many problems for him in business. That is disease. The next word is eminent. EMINENT. Eminent means famous, great. The conference was attended by many eminent scientists. Means many scientists of great repute attended that conference. The conference was attended by many eminent scientists of great repute attended that conference. Imminent. Next word is imminent, about to happen. A cabinet reshuffle is imminent. Cabinet reshuffle is imminent, means that is about to happen. That will happen within no time. Imminent means bound to happen, about to happen. About to happen in near future. It is called imminent. Imminent, imminent. Next, efface. Efface means to wipe out, to remove. Uh, Time alone can efface those sad memories. Time alone can erase, remove those sad memories. Efface means to wipe out. Next word is deface. Spoil the appearance or beauty of something. Don't deface the old historical monuments. Don't spoil the don't spoil don't deface the old historical monuments. Deface means spoil the appearance or beauty of something. Next word is fatal, leading to death. Every day there are many fatal road accidents. Fatal means that results in death. Every day there are many fatal road accidents. Fatal. Anything fatal that leads to death. Fatal medicine, fatal accident, fatal adventure, etc. Next, fateful, important and decisive. The Quit India movement was fateful one in India's struggle for independence. Fateful one means very important or decisive, a turning point where uh, the turn of events took good shape. So fatal, fateful. The next word is farther. Farther means more distant. The main road is farther away. Distance. A word is related to distance, a long distance. The main road is farther away. The second word is further, to a great extent. I must inquire further into the matter before I give my judgment. Further means to the great extent. I must inquire further into the matter before I give my judgment. Further means to the next level. I must inquire into the next level. Next, graceful, showing beauty of form. She is graceful dancer. It means her dance is graceful, her movements are graceful and perfect. There is a form and substance in that uh, activity that is graceful, appealing to the eyes, pleasing to the eyes, and acceptable, that is acceptable to the large extent, is gracefulness. Next, gracious, kind, and polite. The Prime Minister has graciously accepted our invitation. The Prime Minister has kindly or politely accepted our invitation. Gracious, kind, and polite. Graceful and gracious. Next, activity 12, goal. Goal means aim, target, aim or target. The goal of the health department is to eradicate polio completely. The target, the aim is to eradicate here in this example. So goal means aim or target. The goal of the health department is to eradicate polio completely. That is the goal. Next, goal. Similar pronunciation. Gaol means Gaol. Gaol. Gaol means jail. He was sent to Gaol for 6 months. He was sent to prison or jail for 6 months. It also called prison. The meaning is prison, jail. Next, guild. The first one meaning, the first one spelling is G-I-L-D, guild. G-I-L-D, guild. The second one spelling is U-I-L-D, guild. The first word meaning is cover with gold leaf or gold color. Something covered with gold plate, gold leaf, or gold thin gold ornament. The gilded ornaments are more popular than genuine ones. They are not uh, purely gold, but gilded means they appear gold. They appear to be gold. They may have some content of gold, but not purely gold. The gilded ornaments are more popular than the genuine one. Next, guild, society of people with similar aims. The merchants guild has opposed the new tax. The merchants guild has opposed the new tax. So guild means a society of people with similar aims and similar business, similar activities. That is called merchants guild. Uh, so in the assignment section, we have words. Okay. Give the meanings and use them in your own sentences. So this is assignment. Let us solve. So first, let us read these sentences. Access, excess, adapt, adopt, adapt. Three words. Adopt, adapt, adopt, adapt. Affection, affectation. Beach, beach. Cast, cost, cost. Deliverance, delivery. Excite, insight. Paint, faint. Flee, fly. Gamble, gamble. So here First one is access. Access. Access means approach. I give meaning. I give the meanings of these words. You try to use them in your own words. Access. ACCESS. Access means approach. Excess. EXCESS. Excess means more than necessary. Next, adapt. ADAPT. Adapt means adjust. Second word, adopt. ADOPT. Adopt means acquire. Third word, ADEPT. Adapt means skilled. Third word, affection means AFFECTION. Affection means love. Next word, affectation means AFFECTATION. Affectation means artificiality, lacking naturalness. The fourth word, beach. BEACH. Beach means seashore. Next word, beech. BEECH. Beech means a kind of tree, a type of tree, fruits tree, beech fruits tree. Next, cast. CAST. Cast means put or throw. CAST. Cast. Put or throw. Cost. COST. Cost means price. CAST. Cast. Cost means class. These are three words. Next, deliverance. DELIVERANCE. Deliverance means freedom. Next, delivery. DELIVERY. Delivery means birth, handing over. Birth, handing over. Next, excite. 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 Excite means thrill or agitate. Insight. INCITE. Insight means instigate. Next word, faint. FAINT. Faint means swoon, become unconscious, dim. In terms of light, it is dim. A swoon. SWOON. Swoon means become unconscious. Next, faint. FEINT. Faint means pretend, act. Next, flee. FLEE. Flee means run away. Next, fly. Fly means go up in the air. Next, gamble. 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 Game of chance. Game of chance. Gamble. Next, gamble. GAMBOL. Gamble means friskable. Frisking or checking. That is gamble. So these are the words in the exercises. And so I read the sentences. In these sentences, one word could be uh, misunderstood. I give the spelling of that word. He advised me not to go there. Advised means ADVISED. Advise is the word advice can be used as a noun and as a verb. ADVICE is noun. ADVISE is verb. So this is the lesson. Let us have a recap of this lesson. So in the first place, we examined the uh, objectives of this lesson, four objectives of this lesson, and we have that the introduction of the lesson. Then we have the words. I read the introduction. It is very important. So once again, I read this introduction. In the area of vocabulary, next to synonyms and antonyms, the important and interesting item is homophone. The Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary defines a homophone as a word pronounced like another word but with a different meaning or spelling. Dictionary gives the meaning, gives the example some, SOMESUM, new, ANEW. In a simple way, we may call them confused words because very often carried away by the similarity of the spellings or the pronunciations between these words. The writer or the speaker uses one word instead of the other. Wrong use of such words can lead to ridiculous situations or misunderstandings. Once, a phone message was sent asking the authorities to send two prisoners. The man at the other end misunderstood the word as pensioners. Instead of pensioners, he understood as prisoners and conveyed the message to the authorities concerned. You can imagine the confusion that would have resulted from this misunderstanding. Though this may be an extreme example of a confusion arising out of the wrong use of words or use of wrong words instead of the right ones, there are several instances where such confusion may arise. For example, instead of saying he is an industrious boy, if we say he is an industrial boy, the sentence has no meaning. Similarly, if one writes rice, RISE, rice is not available in the market, the sentence makes no sense because of it. It should be rice is not available in the market. RICE, rice. In English, there are a good number of such pairs or groups of words which are confused with one another. A few of such confused pairs and groups of words are given in this presentation. This is the introduction part. And we have the uh, homophones, important homophones. The lecture is divided into two parts. Part one. In part two, we are going to discuss some more pairs of words, confused words, homophones, to get the understanding of this type of words that appear in English language. If we know the difference, we can avoid confusion. We can avoid using them in wrong context so that we can avoid embarrassing situations. So these are the some of the homophones: accept, amiable, amicable, beer, bear, break, birth, censor, casual, casual, causal, course. Check, check. Conscious, conscientious. Dependent, dependent. Defy, defy. Disease, disease. Imminent, imminent. Efface, deface. Fatal, fateful. Further, further. Graceful, gracious. Goal, goal. Guild, guild. And these words in the assignment like access, access, adapt, adopt, adapt, affectation, beach, beach, task, cost, deliverance, delivery, excite, insight, faint, faint, flee, fly, gamble, gamble. Thank you for listening to the lecture. And in the next class, we are going to discuss the second part